So the agenda for today, first I will show you what you can do with Excel, the free version of Copilot, so you don't need to spend a dime. And then on the second section of this video, I will show you what you can do with Copilot in Excel. Yes, the paid version of the tool. So we'll do a live demo, and I want you please to pray the AI gods, because when you do a live demo with AI, it never works. I'm kidding, it should go well today. All right, so the first section, it's time to talk to you about the free stuff. And I want to tell people you don't need the pro version. That's what I want to show you today. You can do a lot without actually paying for Copilot in Excel, because when you pay, that's where it unlocks the button at the top. But when you don't pay, you have like similar features as ChatGPT, and you can do a lot with it. First, I want to highlight that you need to work with tables, okay? Tables. I'm a CPA with more than 10 years of experience, and I don't know why I never used the tables before, like 2 years ago. Big mistakes. I know you can throw me some tomatoes if you have some. I am sorry for this, but now with the AI, it's way more important that we actually use the tables. Why? Because to the left, you see it is a tabular format, structured data, and AI in general, I think here ChatGPT, Copilot, any other tool, that's how they work with data. They don't work with data like this as of today, but I know that lots of AI tools have some plans to make the AI tools that analyze spreadsheets work with data that is not structured, just like we see on the right. Right now, what I see in the market, the biggest issue is that everybody, their data is actually like the thing on the right that you see here, right? So we'll need to teach people, or I don't know how to say that, as a community, we'll need to go towards the structured data to the left. And actually, it's my goal here to democratize how to do structured data, okay? So that's one thing that is very, very important. And I want to let you know that we'll work with tables throughout all of these examples that we're gonna see today. Before Copilot in Excel, so as I told you, before going to the paid version of the tool, we're gonna use the Copilot chatbot. Yes, it's free, and I have 3 use cases for you today. First, we're gonna see how we can use Copilot to learn Excel formulas that we might not use very often, or actually that we just didn't know straight up existed, right? On the second use case, I'm going to show you how to upload a file and how to ask question to Copilot. And on the third use case, we're gonna build some charts, okay? So that's first with the free section of the tool. So here we go here. I want to show you an example that actually happened to one of my friend. My friend Sebastian is really nice. He's a chartered professional accountant, just like me and maybe just like you. And what he wanted to do is he wanted an Excel, as you can see here, a drop-down menu. So in the orange cell at the top right, he wanted a drop-down menu that if you switch what's in this drop-down menu, the sum in the blue cells automatically swaps depending on the date in column B, C, and D, and the mapping in column A, okay? And what he wanted to do is like, A, I don't want to swap any formula, so if I add new columns, new month, by example, or if I add new mapping, you can see in column A, cat and dogs, of course, I changed these mapping for confidentiality, haha, and basically, he wanted to have one single formula, and maybe you can see it, it might be very, very small, but at the top, this is the formula that Copilot came up with, okay? Because I just spoiled you, but I didn't know how to do that. I was like, maybe it's sum ifs, maybe it's index match, but you know what? I'm an XLOOKUP guy. I'm not an index match. So I went to copilot.microsoft.com, the chatbot, and I asked the following question to solve the issue that I had in Excel that I had no clue of how to fix, actually. Crazy, right? Welcome to the AI era. So here is my little face at the bottom right. As you can recognize, it's my background right now, so it's nothing staged. Basically, I told Copilot, hi, I want to have a summary of my data. The main goal is to change a single date, and it gives me the right sum of the column that this date is located. Excuse me for my French Canadian English here, probably it's very bad grammar. And then I said Copilot the following. It's really important to have very detailed prompt, okay? It's very, very important. I said in column A, I have my mappings. For now, my mapping are cat and dogs, and they have multiple occurrences. which means I can't use the index match function because it will give me back only one value. In column B, C, and D, I have my dates. The main goal is to change one date in cell G2, and it is going to give me back the sum of the values, my dates, column B, C, and D, as I told you more specifically, and then I keep going. I just wanted to show you that how specific you need to be with Copilot or any AI chatbot actually in your prompt. The prompt is the fact to ask a question to the chatbot. So here we are. I will skip ahead a little bit and show you the results. Okay, so I explained everything. I told Copilot, hey, maybe it's a sum ifs, but I don't know how to do it. Can you help me out? So here we go. Copilot gave me first this response right here, right? It gave me equal sum ifs, and then another plus, and another sum ifs, and then another plus, another sum if. And if I just copy here with the button, I can go to Excel and paste it. But that's not what I had in mind, okay? I wanted one formula, because if we know Excel a little bit, if we copy and paste this formula right here, we're gonna have different results in the terms that if we add different mappings or different dates, we're gonna need to modify the formula, which I don't want, okay? And here Copilot explains everything about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read and I'm just going to learn from Copilot actually, right? All right, so now what I want to tell you guys is that it is a conversation that you have with the chatbot, just like you will have with your mom, right? So I asked Copilot, could we make this only one formula? I wasn't happy with the result, and instead of giving up like most people do, I just asked more questions. I was like, hey, can we make this only one formula? And he said, absolutely, you can combine the two sum ifs function into one by using an array constant. Here's how you can do it. And then I will just skip ahead at the final results. I kept prompting with Copilot, asking questions, and this is what Copilot came up with. It came up with a sum formula into a sum ifs, into an index, into a match. And then, to be honest with you, I don't even know how to do this formula. And if I went to Google, it would have taken me maybe 2 hours to get this right, or maybe I will have went to my colleagues and disturbed them. Good things is now I'm full-time YouTuber and I don't have any colleagues, so I can't do that. Okay, so basically, this is the result that we have right here. Copilot explains the match formula, the index, the sum ifs, and you know what? I just copied and pasted it into Excel, and it worked the first time. I only had to switch one reference, F3, I think it got it wrong, like it was E3 or something, and that's it. That's all, right? So that's the first use case that you can use the free version of Copilot, and I think it's amazing, to be honest with you. Okay. The second use case, welcome to the Piggy Beans Cafe, the best cafe in Canada. Of course, it's not a real cafe. It's just the example I use every time. The Piggy Bank Brews, Piggy Beans Cafe. As you can see to the right, I'm so happy to serve my client. I even have Excel eyes, and this lady in the back have Copilot in her DNA. Crazy, right? These people are so happy to be in the Piggy Beans Cafe. All right, so this is the data set. This is the Piggy Beans Cafe, and we have sales data right here. We have daily sales data, about 2,000 lines of data. So it's not only a small data set like we normally see in these trainings, like, data set that doesn't fit the real world example. So we have the date in column A. Very important that your formatting is right. Column B, we have the product. So we sell the whole beans, the latte, the cappuccino. Column C, we have our sales amount. In column D, we sell into different regions, so uptown, rural, suburban, etc. And then in column E, we have our salesperson. My favorite person is Cappuccino Catty. and then in column F, we have the different department. Okay, and all of this we're gonna use, and I'm gonna show you through all of this video, all of this presentation, what you can do with these data. Okay, so we're gonna go into the live tool. So here I made a quick image with Copilot. I thought it was super cool, and I want you to pray the AI gods, because when you do a live presentation, normally you take screenshots, because sometimes it doesn't work, and it always when it's live presentation. So please pray the AI gods for me, okay? And here we go. I'm gonna go into Copilot. It's opened right here, and I have an Excel file at some point, and I will put it in there. Boop. So as you can see, you can just drag and drop. Maybe I can zoom a little bit for you guys. And I have my prompt somewhere. I lost my sticky notes. Is it there? Oh, yes, it is. And I have my prompt that I prepared for you guys. And I said to Copilot, can you analyze the sales data from my coffee shop? I want the highlights for top 3 salesperson with numbers and how we could improve. I will just send this prompt. It's not a very great prompt. As you can see, it lacks a little bit of details, but I will get back to this a little bit later, okay? Copilot is executing the task as we speak, so gonna take a sip of coffee while it's loading. I don't want to edit anything here. I want to show you the right timing. Here we go. It was so fast, right? Imagine someone that is not too good with Excel. It has his data like that. He doesn't know how to do a pivot table. Boom, Copilot gave me my top 3 salesperson with the highest sales amount. And here we go. We have Mocha Mike, that is the winner. And it gives me some generic suggestions for improvement, such as training and development, incentive program, etc. I just wanted to show you that Copilot can actually analyze data, a file. You just upload your file and boom, bang, bing. It's really important to tell Copilot actually what is in the Excel file. So I said, it is the sales data that I'm giving you. Okay, super cool, super interesting. And then second use case with the Copilot in Excel, I asked Copilot to make some charts because we know in Excel, making charts, it's a little pain in the a little pain in the And I asked Copilot to do charts, and we are still in the Piggy Beans Cafe example. Okay, just to let you know, the Piggy Beans Cafe example, which are our daily sales. So here is an example of a really bad prompt, okay? It's really important, guys. As I like to say, garbage in, garbage out. If your prompt isn't detailed, is not specific enough, isn't helping the Copilot to help you, actually, it's not gonna work well. And we have an example here. I did something similar. I said, can you analyze the Excel file and create the 3 following charts? And then I said sales evolution by year and by month, sales by salesperson. And I said, please also make a qualitative analysis. And Copilot gave me this. To be honest, it's the worst chart I have seen since I'm out of school 10 years ago. Okay, it's very bad. Sales evolution by year and by month. Look at this, the month are in different color. It's really terrible. And then we could say, oh, let's give up because Copilot is not good and Microsoft and blah, blah, blah. I hear this all the time, but follow me here. Here is what you should do. This is a better prompt, and your prompt should always be detailed and very, very specific like this. I said, can you analyze the Excel file and create the following chart? I want the sales evolution by year. In the attached file, you have the sales date in column A. The data set I'm giving you is the daily sales. I'd like you to come up with a line chart that has the x-axis as month and year, and please build the chart for sales evolution over time. And then I just attach the file that I showed you earlier. And here we are, this is my prompt at the top, and the results much, much better. Is it perfect? No, it's not. If you're very advanced in Excel, you can still go in Excel, do it on your own. It's gonna take you less time than writing this very long prompt. But imagine you're new or you're in a rush, you don't have time. Here you go. You take this pre-built prompt, copy and paste, and you have your sales evolution by year and by month. I think, to be honest with you, that it is amazing. And guess what? It's free. Crazy, right? Anyways. All right, so one thing I thought that was super, super cool, but at the same time, it's a limitation. Anywho, I want you to say hi to my best friend, Rick, okay? And you will understand. I will show you how you can take your handwritten notes to Excel. So digitalize, not sure how to say that in English, your notes, okay? Note that it was done with ChatGPT because we have a small limitation with Copilot. I'll get back to this later. So welcome to Rick, the accountant. And this is Rick. I'm sure you guys recognize him. He's a pretty cool guy, but he has no friends and no emotions. Rick, he takes handwritten notes like this. As you can see, Actually, it is a daily sales, and he takes notes when he is on meetings, okay? And what he will do once he's done with these notes, he will keep them somewhere and never go back at it. But with AI, he can actually take a picture, go to ChatGPT, and you can see the prompt at the top right here. Go to ChatGPT, and actually he will be able to transfer these handwritten notes into an Excel file with just a quick, very, very quick prompt. How good is that? I think it is amazing. All right, the second section of this presentation, so the fun stuff, we're gonna get into Copilot in Excel. So why are you paying, or why should you pay for this tool? It got way better since it came out in November 2023. So if you haven't seen the latest updates, stay tuned, guys. I swear you're gonna love it. So I'm gonna go and do a live demo. And again, please pray to AI gods, because you know, when you do this live, sometimes, and I'm gonna show you three main things. So how we're gonna use Copilot for data insights, how we're gonna use Copilot to write formulas, and also some new cool stuff with Excel Online. I know I hate Excel Online as well, but stay with me here. We're gonna show you cool stuff, okay? So I'm gonna just open my data set here. Here we go. So I have my dataset that you might recognize. And first, I'm going to show you how to open Copilot. Super simple. At the top right in the home ribbon, you have a Copilot button. You click on it, it opens a pane. Super simple, right? And you have some pre-built prompt at the top. And we have some new stuff, okay, guys? Lately, Python just arrived in Microsoft Excel and in Copilot as well. I'm not a Python fan right now, and I know most of you are not as well, but I just wanted to park this aside. If you are, it's here to help you. So I'm going to show you the first thing, how to do a data analysis. It's pretty cool, I think, for someone beginning in Excel. I'll just use the pre-built prompt right here, show data insights. Click on this. It says working on it, understanding your data. And again, I have 2,000 lines of data here, guys, 2 years of sales. And here we go. Copilot actually started doing the sales amount by date, which is a pivot chart. I don't know if some of you know a pivot chart, but then I will just go click here, add to a new sheet. I click, and it opens a new sheet with this chart right here, sales amount by date. You will tell me, oh, it's not that cute, Dave. Of course it's not that cute, because it's my data set. But then we can play around, add the region, add the salesperson by instance. It's probably going to be even worse, but you know, this is what you can do. Just show data insights, and then you have your pivot table, or pivot chart, I should say, that pops. I'm gonna go back in my data set, and I will show you my favorite prompt, pre-built prompt. I think this one is pretty cool. Imagine someone that is not used with Excel. Once again, I will click on add all insights to grid right here, and don't blink, because you're gonna see it's very quick, very quick. Everything pops in the screen. Super nice. We have this sales amount by date. Once again, the same chart that happened when we clicked on show data insights. We have frequency of sales amount. Not too sure about this one, maybe useless, right? But we have this third one here, sales amount by salesperson. So we have Mocha Mike that is dominating the coffee sales. And guess what? If we want to add again the department, I will just go to the right here in the field pane, and I will drag it down to the axis below the salesperson. And we're gonna see each salesperson, which product they sell. Be careful, the title didn't change automatically. And I want to show you that at the bottom, you have those pivot tables that are linked with the pivot charts. So basically, with the charts, I should say, so basically, Copilot didn't invent anything. It just did a pivot chart, analyze your data, was like, okay, maybe this person will want to see this data, the sales amount by salesperson. So let's give him this example. And my data set is quite small. When we have a larger data set, it can actually go up to 6 charts, and we can see pretty crazy stuff sometimes, analyzing outliers and stuff like that. Okay, super cool feature I thought I was going to show you. Another thing we can do, of course, Copilot is there to help you with the formulas. So I'm gonna go back in my data set, click on my data, and I'm going to extract text, okay? And imagine here that we have the phone numbers of our salesperson in column G, and we want to extract the first 3 digits to actually know in which area code they are, right? So we want to call them, we want to make a list, and I will use this prompt here. I want you to extract the area code of the phone number. It corresponds to the first 3 digits to the left of the phone number column. Super simple. We just want to be specific with these prompts. I'm gonna hit send and Copilot will work on it. It will analyze my data set and hopefully it's gonna work. I knew sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it works nowadays. And as you can see, Copilot came up. It said, here is one formula column to review and insert in column H. Area code extracts the area code from each salesperson phone number by taking the part of the phone number before the first hyphen. Super cool. Copilot came up with the text before formula and it went to tag on my phone number column. And then as you can see, I can click on show explanation and it's going to explain to me the whole formula. Super nice. I'm gonna hide the explanation for now. And I'm going to mouse over the insert column. As you can see, as I mouse over in column H, it's going to show me a preview of this formula that it did on my side. It worked pretty well. I can quickly validate, always validate when it's AI results. I'm going to click on insert column. Super cool. The column was inserted. Okay, but this is pretty simple. If you know the equal left formula, you're like, oh, but Dave, I would have written the prompt and it will have taken me more time to write the prompt than do the actual formula. I understand and I agree with you here. Let's do another thing, okay? Let's do a little bit more complex, but still not that complex, but still. I'm going to tell Copilot the following. I want you to add a column that says to investigate if the sales amount is below $1,000 and the region is either uptown or rural. I'm going to hit send, so you understand what I did there. Pretty simple, but still pretty cool, I think, what you can do. And it should work, okay? We're gonna see if it works or not. But Copilot in Excel got pretty strong, to be honest with you, since it first came out. And boom, here we go. Look at this formula. To be honest, I just said to be honest 3 times in a row, I know. This formula right here is insane. Imagine, it would have taken me probably 20 minutes to write this, lot of mistakes maybe, and it's insane because I can just click on insert column and then I need to validate. I will go on the investigation status, filter, and select my to investigate. And then I will just make sure that in column C, there you go, I have numbers below 1,000 and my region is rural and uptown, right? It worked. It worked. It's crazy. I think it's really amazing. Imagine the amount of time that new people to Excel or even you as an Excel pro will save, right? I think it's worth every penny on top of all the features you get with the paid version of Copilot. All right, I'm gonna head over to Excel Online real quick. I want to show you something else. We are in Excel Online, okay? And these features right now are only available in Excel Online, coming up to Excel Desktop. As I heard, I'm not working for Microsoft, okay? So here we go. We have roughly the same data set, but with some difference. First thing I want to show you, I need to catch my breath, guys. I speak so fast. I'm so excited when it comes to Copilot. As you can see, we are in the daily sales once again, but a little bit different data set. We have my region right here, and I want to highlight something. When I click on the region, I have a big exclamation mark that is yellow that pops. And Copilot, if I just click here because I'm curious, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Copilot flags me that I have some mistakes in column D. And it's so annoying when you have this colleague in your same file as you and he doesn't or she doesn't put the same way to write things as you. So when you try to filter, you're like, I want to filter on the uptown section and you have these many things right here. You're like, oh my God, how do I do that? Copilot flags it for you. And at the right, it opens the pane, clean data with Copilot. It's not perfect, okay? It still has some improvement, but I think it's really nice. As you can see, I can check all of them and I want to replace them with whatever selection I want here. So I just want to replace with uptown and I will click apply here. And as you can see in column D, it just replaced every uptown region for the right one. And when I click here, boom, oh, it didn't catch the up-down, but as I said, not perfect, but pretty cool. Another thing I want to show you, it's called formula by example, and I think it's amazing, right? Let's say here in column F and G, we want to split the first name and the last name. We're just going to type it, espresso and then cappuccino, and as you can see, it was so fast. I thought it was going to take a few more lines. Copilot actually suggests me a formula because he's like, hey Dave, you might be wanting to do that right now, and Copilot is just separating the salesperson with a space, and it's going to take the first segment. It tells me everything. I click on show formula, and I'm like, okay, it says text before. I can validate, of course, always validate when it's AI. And I'm gonna click on apply, and boom, here we go. I have my selection. I know you might be like, oh, but I could have used flash fill, right? But I give Excel training to many people, and 99% of them don't know what flash fill is. So it is intended for these people, right? So I'm gonna fill the rest of it. Here you go, apply, boom, super simple. And then I want to show you two last things, okay? Two last things before I let you go. Actually, I'm gonna show you this, super cool. Some people don't know that Excel is a giant calculator, okay? And it's okay, totally respectable. And then I'm gonna do here the calculation. So I'm gonna do 71 times 5, I think it's 355. 70 times 3, I'm gonna write 210. And then 38 it times 4, it's 1. There you go. I just wrote the first number, 1, and Copilot came up with a formula. He's like, hey, you know, Excel is a giant calculator. You might want to do I times J columns, right? And then I'm going to click on show formula, and it's what it's doing. There you go, the price unit times the number of items sold daily. I click apply, and my formula is actually, and it even put the formula up to the top, you know, these numbers that I've put in manually, right? So one last thing I want to show you, and now a quick word from our sponsor, Sheet Matcher. As a CPA, I often have to compare multiple Excel files. It's a task that demands precision and effort. Whether you're tracking changes, checking budget versions, or looking for specific discrepancies, it can be a very time-consuming process. With Sheet Matcher though, that process takes just seconds. You get clearly highlighted results, pinpointing missing records, formula discrepancies, and more. And all of that without sacrificing accuracy. And with the advanced options, even complex cases are covered. Now back to the video. Is to do another formula, you know how to merge list. I'm showing this to many people, and it saved them hundreds of hours. So I hope it's gonna save you some hours as well. So let's say we have our employee's name right here in column E, and I want to put their employee numbers that comes out the salary system or the payroll system, right? And you know, we have this in another table, right? So we have the employee ID here in this other table. Super important, just a reminder, please put your data in tables, okay? Please put your data in tables. You're gonna have a better results. So we have all of our employees here with their employees ID. I'm gonna go back in my transactions. I'm gonna go in the home ribbon, click on the Copilot button, and again, I'm gonna add the following. I'm gonna say, I want you to bring over the employee IDs to this table. They are located in the employee ID sheet. I wasn't very specific, okay? I wasn't very specific, so it might not work. Normally, I like to indicate the name of the table, you know, be very specific. Imagine I have a large workbook. Copilot might get mistaken. Oh, it worked on this time. It's crazy, to be honest. I can't believe after less than a year that we are here in Copilot, right? It did an X lookup formula. I won't explain it too deep, you know, but I'm going to go here, insert column, and boom, a bada boom, we have the employee IDs right here. And let's double check. We have Espresso Martini in the first line, ID 001, and we have Cappuccino Cathy 054 in the second line. Gonna go employee ID tab, Cappuccino Cathy 054, Espresso Martini 001. Amazing, amazing, amazing. it works pretty well, right? So I just want to highlight here, I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation. If you want more example of what Copilot in Excel can do, you can scan this thing on the screen right here. It's going to send you a PDF, and it's actually 6 short video of what else you can do with Copilot in Excel. Some examples we see in this, we've seen in this video already, but I think it's crazy where we're at right now with all of this. Okay, so scan the thing. I'm gonna send you 100 of marketing emails in the next week, but you can unsubscribe at any time. It's absolutely free. Okay. All right, if we have enough time, it depends how many coffee I get. I think we have. Okay, let's go through this really quick. I want to show you who I thought Copilot was for. We did, as you can see, my mom here earlier, she made a cake. So I thought Copilot was for my mom because my mom is not too good in Excel. You know, nothing against her. She has other quality. Excel is not one of them. But you know, Copilot, I thought it was for her in the term that she doesn't use it very often. So she's a beginner in Excel, right? But then I realized Copilot could do this. And last December, I went to Las Vegas and I was the co-author on the Microsoft Excel World Championship 2024. It's me that wrote the case. You know, yes, Excel World Championship is a thing. Okay, I didn't know, but it's a thing. And I went there and I played this game my whole life, and I had the chance to write an Excel competition. Okay, so these guys, they are very good in Excel. They go fast, okay, on their keyboard and all of this. And before getting to the main competition, they had to do a practice case, and it was Excel the Elf. Okay, they call it the Road to the Excel World Championship. It's the qualification use case, and in this case, the Excel the Elf, you have the Santa Claus. You have a list in Excel like this, and the Santa Claus, he lost the list, so he cannot give the gifts to the children. So in this competition, we have to help him rebuild the list, right? It's kind of cool. So we have a data set here, and this is roughly 10,000 lines of data. That you can see here. You have the name of the kid, their state, the toy they requested, and a bunch of all other information. And what we did here, we had a question. As you can see, this is how a competition of Excel work. To the left, we have a level 3, and we say, what is the most requested toy from each of the following US states? So in column G, we have the states, and then we need to tell in Hawaii, by example, Hawaii, whatever, what is the toy that was the most requested? So we asked Copilot to do this. And to be honest with you, at first, I didn't think it was gonna work, okay? And we did a video about it, and I just want to show you the result. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Boom, here we go. Play. Oh, 119. Here we go. So I just asked Copilot in the most natural language possible. For each state in column G, I need to determine the most requested toy, add a column to the right of column E with the most requested toy of that state. Look it up on the sentence list worksheet. And then I just want to show you the result that Copilot came up with. Isn't this crazy, guys? Look at this formula. It's longer than a train. Oh my God. Equal, index, count ifs, match, and it worked. You know, that's the most crazy thing in the world. It worked. Look at this. I just click insert. My computer was loading because it was so buggy, huge data set, and also I was recording a video at the same time. It completely worked, and I was flabbergasted. Insane, I know. And that's about it for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for staying with me, for giving me your time. I have my Copilot Essentials course that is, in my opinion, the best Copilot course on the market. You can scan the QR code right here. You're gonna get to the course landing page, and else the video, the description of the course, I will say it right, the link of the course is in the description. And I want to tell you thank you so much for watching. If you liked it and if you want more information, more videos on Copilot, feel free to ring that bell and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Cheers.